Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Fade to Obsidian, your Red Rising podcast of relationships, spaceships, and everything in between, including every single artist on the internet.
All of them.
As always, I'm Crescent, joined by Skipper,
Hello.
and today we've got Taylor Ash,
What?
aka Phoenix. Thank
Hi,
you so much for
everyone.
joining us.
Thank you for
Welcome.
having me on. Thank you so
We're
much.
so excited to talk to you about your gorgeous music,
Oh,
which
hmm
thank you.
people will have heard in our outro or intro this week, and probably our outro. But go check her out. I would say before listening to this, so you get more insight. But we're so excited to talk to you about that. Before we get there, though, I have three questions, and you can answer them in any order. All
Great.
right.
Okay.
Number one, why are you Phoenix? Number two, what are you drinking? And number three, how did you discover Red Rising?
Okay. I might go in. So I'm going to do shortest answer to longest answer.
Okay.
So I'm drinking a glass of red blend. It's called Inferno. What is it? Apothic
That's fitting.
Inferno. It's a whiskey barrel aged wine, but
Ooh,
it's not that fancy. It's like mid shelf wine. It's one of my faves. So easy drinking, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm drinking. The second was, how did I find Red Rising? It had been on my TBR forever, and I just got so my music is really well known in the romantasy community,
Okay.
and I was very like, I think I got really tired of reading romantasy, like because some of them, I not no names are named, nothing like that. Just some the books, it felt like I was reading the same plot over and
Yeah.
over again to a point. And so then I actually got into like then I got into Mistborn,
Mm.
and
hell
from
yeah.
Mistborn came to Red Rising because then I was like, Mistborn was really cool. And I kind of want to follow that like through line, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. And for me, it was a
hmm
natural step. And now I'm like also really deep in. Oh, I also read Will of the Many too, which
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like has a very
I
like
just,
again like I feel like they're all in line with each other. So I've been
yeah.
following this path ever since.
I love
I
that.
am only halfway through Iron Gold though, but I
Okay.
finished the first three
No
just so we
Ooh,
spoilers.
know. So
No
only halfway
spoilers.
through Iron
yeah.
Gold. I'm chugging along, but I am a mom, so I read at night and I fall asleep. So
Yep.
slow
That's
reader.
fair. Absolutely fair.
Fair.
And it's not like you have a
Okay.
job that you can use an
Yeah.
audiobook for. You're kind of listening to other things
I
while
know.
you're
I'm always so
doing
jealous of
this.
artists, like visual artists who can like listen to the audiobooks while they're painting or like doing stained glass or
Yeah.
like, like I'm like, oh, I wish, but I have to use my ears. So, um, and then last question, why am I Phoenix? This is kind of a long-winded answer, I guess, so I apologize
Okay.
in advance
All
for
for it.
um I picked Phoenix because Phoenix is like my brand symbol. Like if you go on like my website, you'll see like the Phoenix kind of interwoven with like a treble clef, and it's part of like
Nice.
my like whole thing, I guess. And the reason is for like Phoenix rise from the ashes. I I pursued music my whole life, but in my 20s, like college years, I got diagnosed with lupus,
Mm.
and that like spiraled out of control to the point where I actually lost my voice for 2 years and like
Wow.
changed career paths because I was so like devastated by that, and like thought I'd be like music was like kind of done for me. I was in like a singer-songwriter path then, so like losing my voice was like a really big deal at that point. And then I realized, you know what, there's other ways I can pursue music besides just like write songwriting. And that's
Yeah.
when I did go to college too for composition, but kind of like also got a little burnt out with that. So, I was flip flopping back and forth, and I went back to the composition route, and here I am today. And this is like my whole job
Amazing.
now. So
That's so
it's kind of like the
awesome.
rebirth of that. So
Mhm.
that's
Yeah,
that's
for
why I picked
sure.
Phoenix. Yeah. So
That's very fitting. I love that. That's incredible.
thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.
Well, I'm gonna before we ask you any more questions. Question. Ugh, oh my gosh, who's my co-host? Crescent. I can't say question. Crescent. Crescent. What are you drinking?
I'm not drinking just regular beer today. I have
Shocking.
the new level, New
That's
Level Brewing
that's a beautiful
Warlock
can.
Sour. Yeah,
Oh,
Oh, that sounds good.
it's a
nice.
Oh,
watermelon
Watermelon?
sour. It's so good.
wow. I love a sour
Wow.
beer. so good.
And then I will be killing at least one Summersby.
As one does. I like it. Well, I have, it's called Gumption Trap from Five Paddles Brewing. Look at that. Like, there's like fire.
Cool.
I don't know. It's tires on fire. I don't know what's happening. It's a double IPA.
Wow.
So I will only be
I
having
love
one because
beer
it's
cans.
7.5. I know.
Oh
I
yeah.
I was having a discussion with someone recently on how now a lot of the time with so many craft breweries especially like they've got
Yeah.
to get
Oh
their
my God. So,
marketing out somehow and so you just go
yeah.
in and you're
Mhm.
like what has the coolest can like let me see.
The
Well,
most
I mean,
unhinged can possible.
it's that, and like it's funny because it's the similar path of going into a bookstore and literally picking a book out by its
Mhm.
cover. You know what I mean? Like you're
Yeah,
like, I don't
Absolutely.
even know what this is. I'm here for the vibes.
yeah,
Like
just vibes
Yeah.
oh,
drinking.
vibes only. It's funny. My husband used to work at a craft brewery
Oh
called
yeah.
Levante, and so we like were very into like craft beers for very long. I mean, he still is. I'm not as much of a beer drinker anymore, but like they just don't sit right with me sometimes.
Yeah,
So, but I do enjoy like a sour or that kind of
they're
thing
so
too. But
good.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, beer cans have come a long way. Yeah, in my hometown where I live here is Collective Arts, which is I would say probably now the largest craft brewery in Canada. Like you can
Whoa.
get them in
Okay.
Disney. I went down to
Oh,
Epcot and I was like, I'm
cool.
not drinking my local beer, but they're called Collective Arts because they like do so much with artists and like every
Right.
single can has different runs that it's like every month the can switches out and so people play the like gotta
Ooh.
collect them all of gorgeous art and then their
Uh-huh.
entire brewery is graffiti style but just massive murals like
That's
just
awesome.
absolutely
I love
gorgeous.
that.
I
Sick.
know.
That's really cool. And
Yeah,
supporting their local artist, I'm sure too, which is always a plus.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it is funny as I say how big they've gotten that it used to just be local and now you're looking and
mhm.
you're like this artist came from Europe, this artist
Like
came from like
this is also a museum now at the same time.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
exactly, it's
yeah,
incredible. I love it.
yeah.
Well, getting back to you, you had mentioned kind of you've done music your whole life, but what can you walk us through a
Mhm.
little bit of that journey of where you
Yeah.
started in music and how you've gotten
Hmm.
to where you are today?
Sure. Yeah. So I was always, again, like a singer. I started out like very young. Kind of a funny story. It was like in third grade. There was a school play and they didn't have a part for me for whatever reason. This is how I remember the story. Maybe it was different, but like my brain at that time was like, oh yeah, they didn't have a part for me. So my music teacher was like, hey, you're gonna sing a solo. And it was that anything you can do, I can do better from Annie Get Your Gun.
Yeah.
And I was like, excuse me, I'm gonna sing by myself in front of people. And I did that, and I guess I did a good job because then she kept like putting me in national choir or having me audition for national choirs, and I got into them and
Cool.
was singing in national choirs. And so always a big choir theater nerd growing up, but also was like songwriting, like more like indie folk songwriting.
Yeah.
Ended up going to college first as a vocal performance major in like opera,
Oh.
that route. Yeah, that was also a weird shift that happened in high school. And then changed after my first year to composition
Cool.
and graduated with that. But then again, all the like lupus health stuff happened, ended up becoming a personal trainer and kickboxing instructor for like 2 years.
Look
And
at you
then yeah,
go.
Side
yeah.
quest.
So and then kind of again getting back into still songwriting a little bit, but like trying to find different ways to do it. And a good friends of mine who had a podcast actually were like, contacted me, were like, hey, we want a theme for our
Yeah.
podcast. And I was like, cool, I haven't done anything like this and for a while, but like I can absolutely like try and let's do this. And then from there I was like remembered my joy and love for creating music like that. And then this was when like TikTok, this was like 2020, 2021 when TikTok was starting to be like really the thing.
Yeah.
So I started like doing TikToks of like, what if Akatar was a TV show and had a main theme, and like writing like a TV show theme, like what that would sound like. And that kind of took off. And so ever since then, I've just been like reading books and like writing music for books that I love.
Incredible.
But in the meantime, also being hired now by authors to do such things, which has been really
Yeah,
cool.
that's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of like it's
Incredible.
like a new. I don't want to claim that I created this genre because I did not, but like there's a small group of us doing this kind of
Hmm.
specific niche music. So it's really cool to be in such a small little community who's like doing this style, I guess, of music,
Yeah,
you know? So it's
absolutely
been
cool.
quite a journey, but really
Yeah,
grateful for every step of the way. So,
that's incredible. What other books have you
So
done?
we have,
Oh,
hang on, just
okay.
real quick one.
yeah.
All of the other visual artists, they're like, oh, we have this little group chat where all of us collaborate. Do you guys have that?
So, yeah, well, it's funny because some of them don't want anything to do with the other people.
Mm,
But I work very closely with an artist named Lindsay Dills. We actually own a company called Duology Music House, and we started it last year. And we work super closely, like together, on actually most of the stuff we do nowadays. We actually just worked with Critical Role,
Oh,
which was
fuck.
insane. Yeah, so
incredible.
we were. It was like it's been a crazy
Wild.
year for like being like a new business to the end of year that happening, and so we were like, so we know that this is something, and we're still kind of figuring out like what that is and what that means. So but like also we kind of work with like there's a group called Bookish Songs Collective. They do more like pop based songs, and
Cool.
we've worked closely with them. Yeah, and we're like in a group chat together. Yeah, so we have a little definitely musical community for sure, for sure. Yeah,
That's so
so
cool.
yeah, it's really nice. It's lovely.
That's awesome. I love that.
Hmm.
Yeah, so what other books have you? I was listening to them today, but and you have
Yeah.
quite a few. But which
Ooh,
other ones?
well,
At least some
so
of them.
so definitely lots of like Akatar, Throne of Glass, like
Yep.
SJM books. Those were like my most popular at first. I've written for like a lot of romantasy series. I just did Quicksilver. I'm working currently on Will of the Many theme, so I'm super excited about that one. It's coming along. I'm like in the mixing final details phase of that. So hopefully like within the next month that will be out. Also, obviously, have tons of ideas for new Red Rising music. Like, there's just so much. There's just so
Hmm.
much I could do, and like, it's just a matter of like finding time to do it. Because these are my passion projects. So
Yep.
I'm like blessed that I am busy with like real work, but it's now like limited my time to like work on my passion projects. No, I gotta like go to my artist profile and look at it because like,
Yeah.
I'm like blanking on all the
There's
books
so
I've
many.
done.
Well, I'll
I
call
know.
out the one that I loved, and it's because I was looking through when I originally
Uh-huh.
found you a couple months ago.
Uh-huh.
Whenever the Reaper of Mars dropped, I then was looking through all of yours, and your Six of
Mm-hmm.
Crows, which like I listened to, and
Oh
I was like,
yeah.
absolutely, this is perfect for
Yeah.
like just the vibe of it. I was
Thank
like, oh
you.
yeah,
Thank you. That was a weird one because like there is a show, like there is a
yeah,
already technically music for it, but I was like, but this is what I want it to be. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like that like
Hmm.
Sherlock Holmes meets
yes,
like, fantasy kind of vibe. So I loved that duology so much. So
yeah,
they were fantastic. Um yeah, so yeah, it's a lot of romantasy. I would say that's like where like my fan base tends to live, but
yeah,
I'm really happy to be branching out into things like Red Rising, and
yeah.
I again have Mistborn. Also, Mistborn theme has been living in here, and I'm just like I just need like a solid few
So
hours to
good.
like start it and do that. So yeah, I'm hoping to get more into like the sci-fi high fantasy realm in the next year. So
I love it, and people
mhm.
will
Yeah,
absolutely
looking
love
forward
it.
to that.
Yeah,
Thanks, thank you. Appreciate you guys
yeah,
listening at all. So seriously, thank
yeah.
you so much.
I was hyper focused yesterday. I've learned that I can't
Mhm.
start a puzzle without finishing a puzzle, and so I put you on
Hard.
and listening through, and like I'm doing a beautiful like waterfall cascade scene, and I was like, this like so
Ooh,
much of it just lends because it's just that fantasy like
yeah,
pull in as
yes,
I was
yeah.
yeah
That would work for sure. Yeah,
right like it's just
absolutely.
that
Yeah.
beautiful yeah
Oh, thank you.
absolutely um so is there like certain things that catch your mind? I was going to say eye, but mind while you're reading that inspire you for
Yeah.
certain ones?
Well, I think like when a story has musical elements involved, obviously, like, and Red Rising, like immediately off the bat, they're talking about the music that's in like, in what the Reds are doing in the zithers with the
Yeah.
like the way that they are like in their little bar tavern things, like
Yeah.
just like dancing and like obviously EO's song. And so I was like, in my head, I'm like, they even had, he even had lyrics. So I was like, ooh, gonna, I don't want to touch Persephone's song yet, like EO's full song,
Yeah.
because it's been done a couple of times and I like really like some of those versions. So I'm like, this exists in the world that like I think kind of scratches that itch. Like even though I've had a few requests for it, so maybe one day if I'm feeling confident about it, I would like touch something like that. But I also like more epic
Yeah.
scenes too. Like I'm think I read books like movies because I'm primarily like a film composer and I think that way. So like I see these scenes in my head as like I translate them almost to like a film scene.
Hmm.
So it might not match up like reading the book exactly, but in if I could explain it like in the way like a film would do it, that's how I write the music, if that makes any sense at all.
No, yeah,
um
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
so
So then are you rereading scenes for it, or is it a like you've read it
yeah,
once and then
sometimes
it's
it
sitting
depends.
with you?
Yeah, so for something like this, because this was like I have music that's for very specific scenes. And then I have music that's like a main theme, or for the Reaper of Mars, that's like a character theme. So that's a little more overarching as opposed to like I picture it like if Darrow had a trailer for Darrow
Yeah.
as a character, that would be what
Mm.
this song is. You know what I mean? Like the
Hmm.
beginning of the song is like I picture like slow motion like coming in on him as he's remembering EO, he's remembering his time as a red. And then we get into like that chanty war cry
Hmm.
that's pulling him then into the Gold's world, and then he just becomes and like his journey into becoming Reaper, and
Yeah.
like fuck
Incredible.
shit up, so
Yeah.
like yeah. So
Get
I love
epic.
Darrow. So yeah.
Is Darrow your favorite?
He's so flawed and I love him though. I do
That's
think
fine.
that's why I love him so much, is because he's so like his character, like I love the way that he makes like all these really crazy messed up choices sometimes, but then you see like the consequences of those choices he's made, and he like you see the emotions that it causes him and the pain that it causes him, and like in Iron Gold it's been like ooh, like I'm only halfway through and I'm like, my boy, they're
I
doing you
know.
wrong right now, but like also he's making some like really, I'm like, why did you do that, why did you do that, so yeah, so he's putting me through
No.
it this book, but I still love. Yeah, I think he is still. It's
Mhm.
basic
He's
answer, but I do love him. Yeah,
it's Crescent's answer. So,
Yep.
yeah, hmm
Crescent loves Darrow.
Yeah, I'm a Darrow stan.
yeah. What about you? What's your favorite character then?
Victra, which is I feel like also a
Oh, I
basic
love Victor
answer.
too.
Like I
Oh, the
feel like every
queen,
girl's like, but
queen.
Victra.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
yes,
I know.
100%.
I love it.
So good. Yeah.
Absolutely. Um,
hmm
so you talked a little bit about the music throughout Red
hmm
Rising. Fun question for you. What
hmm
genres of music do you think each character listens to?
Well, so Severo, it's like said he listens to like crazy, like
Like
EDM punk,
EDM, yeah,
like just like very painful for your ears, kind of like death. It's like I feel like in my head it's like EDM meets death metal meets punk, like,
yeah.
and
Mhm.
it's just like crazy, you know what I mean? Which is very Severo. And then like Mustang listens to classical music,
Oh yeah.
100%, like classical music. Um, Victor would listen to like I feel like alternative,
Yes.
but also some like indie, like sad girl a little bit too, I think. Like
I can see that.
secretly, she's like, listening to like Ingrid Michaelson, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Darrow, I feel like classic rock almost, or
Yeah.
like I don't know, maybe some harder stuff a little bit, but I'm like, who else? Who else can I think of? Hmm. If you give me someone, maybe I could try to think.
Crescent, that didn't
Sorry, did
come
you say?
through. Would you say?
Ragnar.
Oh, Ragnar.
Oh. Oh, well, he listens to like Viking music. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like that, like cool. Like, have you guys ever seen Last Kingdom? Or are you familiar with the
No.
soundtrack at all? Oh, like look it up after like the main title to Last Kingdom. That's what he's listening to. And I picture his sister like being the one who's like the vocal in that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I would picture
I can
for
see that.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Those are
mind's
fun.
blanked on any characters that I'm like, who's in the first trilogy?
I'm like, wait, why can't
Habits.
I think of a single other? Yeah. Or like Jackal. Jackal would
Oh
listen
yeah.
to
Ooh.
like he's like, oh, what's his name from that movie? Uh oh my gosh, I'm blanking on like even the actor's name. Christian
Pat-
Bale in that movie where he's
Patrick
like a
Bateman,
murder.
American
Yes.
Psycho. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes. He's listening to me like that's him to a T in my mind. Like that's what he's listening to, like that kind of music. Um
Yeah. We know
so
Roke listens to classical, right? That's canon. That
yes.
Roke
Hmm.
always
Again,
has
yeah, like
Yeah.
must
classical on.
I think of like the highbrow golds just all being like a little snobby in their choices, you know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, I do love Mustang too. Like, I don't want to be. She's not a complete snob or anything like that. I love
Yeah.
Mustang, but yeah, I feel like she would also listen to classical. Rogue
Absolutely.
for sure, for sure. Like
For
he would listen to
sure.
deep
Hmm.
cut classical, like where you're like, "What is this?" And he's like, "Oh well, actually, it's this." You know,
Yeah.
it's like
Hmm.
some bullshit you've never heard, but he makes you feel bad that you've never heard
Yeah.
it.
Roke does
Absolutely.
feel like a big well actually guy.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one we decided had his own podcast when we
Oh my
we
Yep.
gosh, yeah. Well, he's the poet, you know.
he's the poet. We're like he absolutely
Hmm
is the one who's got a podcast to get all his like why he
hmm
thinks he's better than everybody. How the world
hmm
should
Yeah,
work. Yeah.
exactly. Hmm
Yeah. Incredible. Um so this might be a big question, but can you take
Okay.
us through like how so you're inspired by something, how does it then
Right.
end up for us to listen to? Like what's that
Well,
big
yeah.
producing step there?
Yeah. So it can go a couple different ways. Like sometimes I come in with like a melody line that I have been hearing in my head, and that makes things a little easier. I didn't necessarily have I had like I kind of heard the beginning of this, so like the like ethereal opening with like
Mm,
the EO voice coming in as like I wanted to just sound just like again like a distant memory, like something that's like he's just like remembering flashes of that kind of thing. And then I knew I wanted it to get like intense and
yeah.
harder and more electronic based, like kind of combining those electronic sci-fi elements with the modern cinematic orchestra, you know? So and like electric guitar. I know electric guitar is pretty heavy in there as well. But then also like those vocals, I think were the big element for me that I feel like tied everything together. Um, I love using vocals to like emphasize and amplify a piece, and those ones especially because we have Messer Venit Ruber Sergit, which is I wanted to use Latin because he uses Latin a lot in the books, and it's a big part of like what they do in that and like how they speak to each other. So it means Reaper comes, the red rises loosely, you know, in
Yeah.
Latin.
Mhm.
Um, so kind of that call of like, you know, him calling back, even though he's gold, calling back as like, oh, we're coming, like the Reds are coming for you, like we're getting stuff done. Um, and so the process like is mostly just laying things down, and like it's like a puzzle, I would say is a really good way to put it, is like
Hmm.
it doesn't always flow linearly. It is oftentimes like kind of like, okay, I know what this chunk's going to be, I know what this chunk's going to be, I fill it out with the instruments that I hear. It's a little bit trial and error, and like maybe I like use a violin line, but I'm like, oh, this isn't the vibe, and I just like do a couple different instruments until I'm like, yes, because I think one of my biggest is like creating some very unique sonic worlds for the books that I write for.
Mm,
And I don't want any of the books that I write for to sound similar to each other because they're their own sonic identity. And so I want the listener to feel like, yes, this is Red Rising. Like this is how it sounds in my head. And like it's so subjective. So it's always really scary for me to put pieces out like this where I'm like, here you go. But this one was really, really well received. So I'm really,
awesome.
really honored that the community loved it so much.
We love our community. We will say it every episode that I
We
Yeah.
really
think
do.
that they
They're
are the
awesome.
most loving and generous, and just they're like, oh, like I think we're
So
just so
supportive.
clamoring for anything that we're like, just
Yeah.
give us. And so we see all these artists,
hmm
we're like, you're incredible, give us more.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Like,
Yeah. The
yeah.
artists are, I live for the artists. I follow so many Red Rising artists and I'm almost like, I need more. I need all
I
of these things painted,
know.
please.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, because we all want it visualized, of course, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we want the movie, we want the TV show, whatever, but we want it well done because we love it. And
Exactly.
there's nothing worse than like one of your favorite books being made into a crap movie
Yeah.
or television, it's like, and it's happened so often. So I
So
think we're
often.
all,
I know.
uh, so yeah.
I have trust
So
issues with
I
it.
definitely get that. I know, me too.
Incredible. So do you then play all of the instruments on it?
Oh,
Like how? No.
God, no. Oh, yeah. So I use something called they're called VSTs.
Okay.
So I do play a lot of instruments. Like I play
Yeah.
guitar, piano, kind of violin. And I throw that in when I can just to give the real string feel, but I can use my keyboard here. You can't see it, but there's a keyboard right here next to me in my
Yeah.
studio, and it's plugged into my computer, and I can use that to like play like any instrument you could think of, pretty
Amazing.
much. Not all of them are the best, but luckily I've invested in a lot of really good ones because I do this on a professional basis,
Right.
and so you can make it sound pretty good if you know what you're doing. And so, yeah, I know piano, and that helps a lot
That's
because
all.
I can
Yeah.
play any instrument on a piano. So,
Perfect. And then it
yeah.
just layers itself, right? Like you probably have to
hmm
play the same thing for like this is the
Yeah.
violin and
So,
this is the cello
you know
and this
what?
is
I
the
can even,
like.
let me go in. I'm going to go into my project and I'll tell you how many tracks are in this
Okay.
project because it's a beefy guy, I believe. Let's see. You can ask me if you need to ask more questions while I do this.
No, no,
Feel free because I can multitask.
we can
Um,
chill.
Logic. Where are you, dear of Lycos? It was not originally called Rebirth Mars, actually, too.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, no, no. Oh, this is not the right one. Here you are, my friend. Give it a minute.
Yeah.
It's over.
Let them
It's
This
all
is
like
when we lose
unload.
Taylor.
loading.
Her computer
Yeah.
crashes.
Crash.
Oh
We.
my gosh. It's actually crazy. There's this. So this one's really beefy, but we recently worked on a project that was like it was like every time we were opening it, it had to crash like 3 times before the project would actually open because it was so big.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
crazy.
crazy, crazy. It was like this is out of hand because like there was like 3 people working on it, so we were keep like adding stuff to it, and then like it got really out of hand really fast. It is. Let's see you. Come on, spinning wheel of death. Okay, 111 tracks.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
111. Yeah, so it's a beefy
Incredible.
boy. Yeah.
That is.
Just like our man Darrow, right?
Yeah.
True.
There you go.
I think he's
So
about 111 kilos.
right? Sounds right. Yeah.
Sure. I don't. Sure. Crescent would be the one who would know the
What are you
actual
what are you gonna
facts.
do? Tell me I'm wrong?
Crescent has read the books 25 plus times. I just sit here for the vibes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I'm still on my first reread. Or my
That's
first
okay.
read. I'm
Read through.
sorry,
That's
first
great.
read. Yeah. Sorry. Whoa. Yeah, is that I feel that way about like certain book series where I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous. This is your first time reading through this
I
series. You know what I mean?
hmm
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And
oh,
I feel like, do we know about Red God? Like, is it coming out this year? Do we know?
we do
Or
not
we have
know.
nothing. We have no information yet, right?
No,
Okay. Yeah, that's
we know
correct. Okay,
nothing.
cool.
Yeah, there is
But I feel like I
suspicions,
won't have
but
that long of a wait, which is kind of cool,
no.
also.
Mhm.
So
You don't have, well, and you didn't have to do the Golden Sun into Morning Star. That is the worst of all of the cliffhangers, is that Golden Sun into Morning
yo,
Star.
that's where I was like, because like Red Rising I loved, but then Golden Sun, like I was like, reading the end of that book, I was like, ooh, uh, uh, and that's when I was like, oh no no no,
What do you
this has
mean?
been boosted to like top within my like top 5 series of all time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
Mhm.
it got me. I was like, it's not fun, not a good
yeah,
time, but like
yeah,
amazing also. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Great.
the big cliffhanger I would say in the whole
Hmm.
series is that
Hmm.
Yeah,
I had to wait the
that's,
year.
I can't imagine. I'd be so upset to have to, yeah,
Did she
yeah,
just
for
end at
sure. For sure.
Golden Sun? I always remember that my brother-in-law started reading them when Morning Star was out, and I was lending
Right.
him the books, and it was Christmas
Hmm.
morning. He had finished Golden Sun Christmas Eve, walked into my house on Christmas Day, and went, "Hand me Morning
The
Star
morning
now."
star now.
He had three small children who were sitting around opening their presents, and he ignored the
He's
whole family. He was in the corner reading as they're like, "Dad, look!" And he's like, "Not now."
he's like, what?
What? Not now. Yeah.
So
Uh,
funny.
uh,
Relate. Honestly, I would have done the same thing, I think, you know? Get it. Yeah.
I love it.
That's so great. Uh
Yeah, I did the classic finish Golden Sun at 2 o'clock in the morning because I needed to know how it ended, and then
yep,
it had to start Morning Star and spend
immediately.
another at least hour reading.
yeah.
Getting to a spot you're like, okay, I'm satisfied enough to
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
just to
yeah, I know he's
call
alive
it
now.
here.
Yeah. Incredible.
Oh
I
yeah,
did the
that
same
was
thing at the end of Morningstar.
of Morningstar. Oh my gosh. That whole like
Yeah,
Oh.
end that scene where you're like, oh no, there and then I don't know what I can say, so I don't want to spoil a book
No,
too
no, no.
early,
you
but
can
You
like
say
can
when
say it
anything.
everything.
You
Normally
can say
we're
oh
whatever you want.
normally
when
we're
he
all the way to Lightbringer spoilers. So
okay
we are
okay
controlling ourselves for you today. Yeah.
okay
Yeah,
bless you guys, thank you. The like when he wasn't saying the plan in his head and you're just like along for the ride thinking they're captured and
Sevro's
fucked
dead.
and
yep.
Sevro's dead, and then I was like, no way, no. I like in my heart of hearts I was like, no way is he dead. There's zero chance he is dead right now. But like also he had killed off Ragnar already, right?
Yep.
That already had happened. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Ragnar
And
was dead.
like and like characters who I didn't expect to die died. And I was like, oh my god, what if he did? Like, oh my gosh, like what the hell? And then you like I'm like, Pierce Brown, you because like when you're in a character's head, it's so rare. Like I don't know, it's so rare to like get something like that
Yeah.
that I don't know.
Absolutely.
It
Yeah,
was crazy.
reliable
It was crazy
narrator.
writing. Yeah, I was like, wow, wow, well done. I was fooled. I was
Yeah.
panicking. Yeah,
Me too.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
Absolutely.
And he's so
I love
cheeky.
it.
Pierce is so cheeky. Like his social media presence kills me. It's so funny to me.
Yeah. I like that right now he's like on TikTok being like, "What do you guys want from me? What do you I'm here. What do you
Oh yeah,
want?"
he's like just like chilling on his couch. He's like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "You to finish your book. How about that?" You know, like
Yeah.
me not even having finished like the other two books
Yeah.
before, but I'm like, "Hey, get on that, man, because I want it to be there by the time I'm done."
Yes. Plan this out. That's so funny. Yeah. Incredible.
I know
Um
dark. I've seen what Dark Age looks like, so I know that that's gonna take me some
Yeah,
time to get
she's
through
she's a chonky
because
boy.
she's a chonky.
she's thick. Yeah,
Is
she's
Dark
thick.
Age
So
chonkier than
Dark
Lightbringer?
Age is the longest. Yeah,
I
Yeah,
would say
okay.
yeah, like from like just seeing all the
yeah.
books laid out, I was like, oh, that one is
I'm
which
just, I'm just looking for
long books do not scare me at all. I just again slow reader, so it just takes me a long time.
Yeah. I
But
do feel like we got half tricked into like those of us who started at Red Rising were like, I don't know, it's like a 300-page book. And then it's like, it's like a 400-page book. And now we're like, it's a 700-page, right? Like, it's just
page
funny enough.
book,
Like,
yeah.
Hmm.
It kind of builds you up to it though,
it
and like
does.
by the time you get to the 700-page book, you're already invested. So like I like series that do
Yeah.
see that's how Throne of
Yeah.
Glass was for me, where you're starting with like books that are this big, and then Kingdom of Ash is like, which is the last book, is like literally this thick.
Giant.
But like you want it to be like another 200 pages. Like you're
Yes.
like, you could double the size of this book and I would also be happy with that. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
that's how they get you,
Yeah.
I guess, you know?
Yeah.
If you're doing Cosmere stuff, you're gonna
Yeah.
love Stormlight Archives.
I know. And like,
They
see,
don't start thin though.
that is my biggest thing with starting them, because I'm like, the time commitment to these books for someone who also has to read for my job also, and like interweave
Yeah.
like authors will like be like, send me books so I can read them when I'm writing music for it, obviously, because like I like to read the book before I write music for it. So like balancing that with like the joy reading is just like hard. And that's why that series, I was like, let me start with Mistborn, because
Oh,
that was
fair.
quick. That was quick. You know, I only did
Yeah.
the first three. Because I know it's like it's similar to Red Rising, where it's like chunk, and then there's another chunk which is like
Yeah.
later on. So I do want to eventually get back to there as well, but it's just like I wish I
Yeah.
had more time. I wish I could just sit in a room for like a month straight and just read. But
I
lives,
feel
you know?
that. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
The
So,
stupid life thing. Apparently, I'm
mm-hmm,
supposed to
mm-hmm.
pay bills. I don't get it.
Ugh, I know. What the heck is that?
I don't know.
What do you
I also.
mean?
I
Artificial
know.
constructs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I know. Well, and we mentioned of like you can't obviously do audiobooks while working because your work is entirely listening and like
Yeah.
but kudos to the people who can like Crescent, you've got a manual
Mm-hmm.
job so I can see why that works, but so today I had a snow day so I got to actually work from home for the first time
Yes.
ever
Mm-hmm.
in my
Mm-hmm.
life, and I put on an audiobook. So I was doing like very basic tasks in my job, which is like answering very easy emails of like, yes, here's your
But you
invoice,
couldn't
here's your.
like,
I like was like, how did we get in the forest? How did where
ugh,
am I in this? Right? Like, because you just like typing
I
that
know.
one sentence. I'm like,
You're like, you need your whole brain power to do
yeah,
that. And like, well, I even find it difficult. Like people listen to audiobooks in like their cars.
that
And
I
I
do.
even
That
find I find I can't even do that. Like, cause I'm
okay.
like, I'll like just like stop. I don't know. I'm like maybe it's my like ADHD or something, but like I'll just be like, yeah, I'll be like, wait, how do we get here? What happened? Like, and then like I find it harder to like keep track of
Yeah.
sometimes. The one time I like listen is if I'm working out. So I will, that is actually because I don't want to be thinking about working out. So I'm really
That
concentrating
makes
on an
sense.
audiobook or a podcast or something
Yeah.
like that. I've been listening to Critical Role's new campaign too. So that's the other thing.
Mm,
Sometimes,
nice.
again, another free, like fun, like
Yeah.
thing to listen to. So, yeah, I'm like, it's like trying to find the time for all the things you're passionate about, but like
I
only having
know.
24 hours in a day. So, struggle city with that. But
Absolutely.
mhm.
For
Find
real.
me the Narnia closet that you can just step into, have like a
Seriously,
couple years of doing nothing, and then when you return, it's been 5 minutes.
same.
Like, find me that.
Yeah.
God, if I
What
could do
what you
that.
need is a TARDIS.
Yes.
Yes, TARDIS
Oh,
would work
for
too.
real. Ugh, that'd be
Absolutely.
great.
Yeah.
Or a time turner or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just something.
That's,
Yeah.
come on. Come on, scientists. Make the
Figure
fantasy
it out.
elements work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Come on.
The best, what you need to do is just listen to audiobooks while you're doing planks,
Mm.
and you'll have all the time in the world.
I seriously,
Oh,
right? That's
God.
hilarious. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh,
Longest minute of your life, so might as
Uh huh.
well.
yeah. There you go. That's so
That's
funny.
hilarious.
Oh, now I'm just. I haven't done a plank in years, and I don't like even the
Listen, it's
sound of
been
it.
my I stopped working out coming from like kickbox instructor
Right.
level like I like then had my first child and did not work out for 2 years. And so 2026 has been, we're on the right track. I've been a week for the past like whatever this month. So
Yeah.
we're back on track. Hopefully, wish me luck to keep motivation because it has been
Absolutely.
hard with everything else with life. So
Yeah.
it's
Good
not
luck with it.
easy. It's
Yeah.
thanks.
You got
Thanks.
this. I have confidence in you.
Absolutely, you do.
But I totally understand why it's not a fun task to do.
No. No. Absolutely. Um, I'm gonna ask you a really personal, nerdy question that I don't know if anyone
But
really listening is gonna care, but I care. Is that
mhm.
did I see one of your songs got transposed and put into a field show for a marching band?
Yeah, that
Can
was
we?
so cool.
I was in marching band, which is why I'm like, I need to
Oh,
discuss this. And like, I
oh
used to
my
do
gosh,
field
please.
shows,
Yeah.
and they were not cool ever. We used to be like, we got.
Yeah.
I always remember the time we finally got to do Queen, the band Queen, and we
Oh.
genuinely thought it was going to be more British, like military songs. And when like that was the coolest thing we ever did was Queen. So the fact of like
Oh.
this cool, I know marching bands
Yeah.
are like on top of it these days of doing stuff, but that's so cool. So how did
No,
that come to be?
so random. This happened months and months ago that the band director reached out to like license Wolf in the Woods. I didn't really know I I was not like I was in orchestra and choir, and I was in band when I was in elementary school, but then I got to middle school and they were like, you have to pick two. You can't be in all three. It's like doesn't work in your schedule. So I had to drop the French horn, and so I never was in marching band, basically,
Okay.
moral of the story. So like I wasn't sure like what he was gonna do with it, but I was like, this is cool, and he like wants to pay me for the license. So I was like, absolutely, like here, like, you know, here's the license for the next year to use the song however you want. And he just recently, he was like, hey, here's the show, and like here's the piece at the end of it. And I was like, what? It was just so cool. Like, I don't know, as like a composer, it's just like, I don't know, it makes my heart happy to like see people doing stuff like that. And yeah, it was just really, really cool. So yeah, that's how that came about.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah,
I don't know how he came across my music, or like if he's just as like a listener and just was like, oh, this would work perfectly for this. I don't really know anything besides that with
That's
how
so
that
cool,
came to
though.
be. Yeah, but
yeah, I saw you repost it, and I was like, "This is the coolest thing ever!" But also, I was like, "I know I'm such a nerd that like I love field shows.
No,
I'm
it's
here
yeah,
for
it's
it."
yeah, it's really cool. I love watching band. Like I feel like I'm on a side of TikTok that shows band like arrangements of things, and they can get so intense and cool, and like I don't know how people like walk and play and do all these.
Yeah.
I would not coordinated enough for that, so I always commend people who can do stuff like that. It's crazy.
It was a
And did you
lot
have
of
to
hours of
memorize
practicing. Yes,
all the
we
music and stuff?
memorized. My
Yeah.
band refused to have. We were not allowed any type of.
Those little like stand thingies.
Yeah, definitely field show and marching. We couldn't.
What did you
if
play?
we did orchestra, clarinet, the coolest.
Oh, amazing! Yes,
I know.
Absolutely. So
the
cool.
easiest though, also because your arms don't hurt at the end of a 4-hour parade.
The people with like the horn, the giant horns.
It's either heavy or the flutes, and their arms are like falling asleep because they're right out the side. Clarinet, it's like tuck your elbows in. You're like, fine.
You're down. You're fine. Yeah. You get a little bicep burn maybe, but that's about it, right? Yeah.
I have a tendonitis in my one pinky from it. Thank you very much. That's.
Ooh, okay.
I know.
Suffering. I see.
My one pinky. I feel like I should explain for listeners that have no idea what field show is. Especially, I feel like it is almost more of a... Yeah, Crescent's like, what the fuck? My best description of it is to watch like a college football game, and it's what's happening during their halftime show. It's when the band is doing crazy... Or watch the movie Drumline.
I was gonna say
fucking
Drumline.
love
Yeah.
Drumline.
I was like, one of the best movies of all times. You mean Drumline? Yeah.
Drumline came out when I was in marching band, so we like our Drumline got really cooler. Cool. The rest of us did not.
That's fair.
The Drumline got cooler. But it's like so they're like weaving. There's all these crazy steps you have to memorize that you will like. Basically, if you fall behind and wherever you are smashing into people. Like you have to and then memorize music for about. I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on what it is. But
and they make cool formations, and it's
so
really cool.
Walk backwards.
Go watch videos of it. Yeah, it's very fun.
I will.
It's very
not post it here, but I will send. I'll put it on our Patreon. Taylor, I'll send it to you, and Crescent. Well, you're in our Patreon, but I'll send. There is me performing at the Rose Bowl in California. Is online.
Cool.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
You'll have to like highlight yourself in red.
You'd be like, "It me."
Here, right? It would be so hard to be like, is that me? And then like, because you flip around, and sometimes I watch it, I'm like, I have no idea where I am.
Yeah, it's kind of hard
when
you're too far away.
We moved too much. Yeah, it's definitely. I always think of American football is kind of what really brought it to. In Canada, we don't usually do it. So if we competed, it was always in the United States. We didn't.
That makes sense because it's huge here for sure.
I do know though, because we used to play at both the CFL games, the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and then we would do the Buffalo Bills in the same season, and you had to learn how to convert the yardage on the field slightly different, where they start and stop and what your markers are, and you had to be like. They would train us on Hamilton.
What do Canadian footballs? What do you use? You guys don't use yards?
It is
110 yards.
It's 110, and so then your
and the end
Satellite
zones are
is
10 yards
marked
instead of 20.
different. Yeah, so it's marked different. So it's
Oh,
the same
that's
overall, but when
horrible.
you're looking off, like off to be like, "Okay, I'm on like yard
The
10,"
line,
not
the line
suddenly.
work
Like
is
it's
different.
like suddenly you're like, "No, I'm on 20. I'm on like it's yeah."
Oh God, that's awful. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
So yeah, it
Oh
was always
gosh, I
funny
would
of
be so confused. Yeah.
we learned
Hmm.
for usually
Yeah.
we would learn for the Canadian field, and then anytime we'd go
And
down and do
then have
Buffalo
to be
Bills
like,
games or
okay,
competitions, it's like we'd have a whole weekend that they're like, we're just memorizing
we're
where like
just getting
what
quick
the
pinpoint our
NFL
positions.
is. You're like, oh,
Yes.
great, thanks.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like that
It
kind of
is
stuff.
nice.
And then time zones. I like can't.
Oh yeah.
I just messed up recently, like a time zone with someone because I was like, oh, okay, let's meet this and this. They were like out in LA, and I
Mm,
swapped our
I
time
do that.
zones, and I'm like, oh, God, like it's just,
Yeah.
it's I can never get it for whatever reason. So yeah,
Well,
always fun.
Crescent over there is in Saskatchewan that doesn't change time, so the time zone
Oh
changes for him.
no, gosh,
He's half the
I'm
year in
jealous
Central
though.
and half the year in in Mountain. I have to be
Oh
like,
my
where are
Lord,
you?
that's confusing. Yeah. Well, I just wish everyone would just not
I
change
know, I agree with that.
because it's
Yep.
annoying. Like this
And
time of
it's
year
terrible.
here, it's so dark and I hate it and it's bleak and
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it, so it's just like yeah, it's just not fun here right now. Um,
Yeah.
although we just got our first major snowstorm in like years and years, so that's
Yeah.
kind of cool, I guess.
Not to
But
dox you, but what part of the country are you in? Like, whereabouts are you?
so like Pennsylvania near
Oh,
Philadelphia,
okay. Yeah.
so yeah,
Oh,
East
yeah.
Coast,
Mhm.
Philly, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's yeah, we just got that big snowstorm everyone was sensationalizing about. And I'm like,
Yeah.
we're all acting like we've never seen snow in our life. And I'm like, guys, this used to happen every winter, like
Constantly.
4 or 5 times. Like just recently we haven't gotten snow for like 5 years. Like we've gotten like snow, but it'd be like two,
Yeah.
3 inches, whatever. Like nothing basically. Yeah, so we've gotten like a foot of snow approximately plus like ice over top of it, so everyone's like like
Yeah.
I went to the grocery store Friday night, which was 2 days before the snow started. Eggs gone, everything, produce gone, and I'm like, guys, are we serious right now? Like,
Yeah.
so
That's
yeah.
Toronto, which I'm just outside of, so we would have been in the same
Hmm.
snowstorm. It
Okay, yep.
is the biggest Sunday like Sunday
Hmm.
to Sunday night till this morning
Hmm.
was the most snow we got in one day since they've started recording um like tracking the weather. So 180 years or something.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
So it was a lot
for Canada, wow,
for
that's
Canada. Well,
crazy.
because Toronto's in a weird, we don't get we're south, like super south, so
Yeah,
we
that's
don't get
real.
the
That's real.
rest.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times, so that does make sense. But yeah, because that
Um,
close to is that close to Niagara Falls? I mean,
yes, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Am I
I
okay?
live
Okay, yeah,
halfway
yeah.
between Toronto and Niagara Falls, so exactly.
Sweet, 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 sweet. Okay, just to have like a
Yeah,
visual map in my head. I
but
was just in
they've
Niagara Falls, May. Yeah,
yeah,
So
but they've gotten so much better that they knew it was coming. So like, don't tell my work, but everything was plowed. But then when they called this
I know
morning to
you're
be
like
like,
la
"Are
la
you
la la.
coming in?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "This is a
Well, my
historic
husband's not going.
snowstorm."
He's like,
Absolutely
I'm not
not.
going into work all week because why would I? You know what I mean? Like we're also in like sub-zero temperatures now
Mm,
for like the rest of the week. So like the snow's not gonna melt. It's just gonna be
no.
here. It's just probably gonna be icy. So he's like, I'm just not going into work for the whole week. Like
Yeah.
he'll work from home, but like like why would I'm like, yeah, stay home. Like what are they
I'm
gonna
not going
say?
out there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the wording I
So
got from my boss was like, "Are you working from home today, or are you making it in?" And I was like, "I'm working from home." Like, why would you
like,
ask?
what do you mean? Yeah. Like schools
If I
are
have the
closed,
option.
man. Like
Yeah.
yeah, like my daughter was home from daycare today. She already has a 2 hour delay tomorrow, and I'm like, can we just get them back to school, please? Then
Yeah.
everything will be
Exactly.
fine. Then I
Yeah.
can maybe read for a couple of hours.
There you go. Yeah, I love it. All right. Well, other than weather, Crescent, you want to ask one of our big
Mhm.
questions?
Mhm.
uh, I'm gonna do one that's more
Okay.
specific to you, and then
Okay.
we'll get into the bigger ones.
Sweet.
Uh, what genres do you listen to mostly in
Oh,
your
yeah.
free time?
Oh, so much random stuff. Oh gosh. I feel like
Polyamorous.
yeah, I literally polygenic. Yes, that's so funny. I love that term. Um, I am a very much a mood listener, so I do listen to a lot of film score. I like love like John Williams is my like OG. I love him so much because
Yeah.
like every famous movie score is like if you think it's someone, it's probably him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um, and like Pirates of the Pirates of the
Yes.
Caribbean,
Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer, love Hans
Hans Zimmer, I
Zimmer,
love him.
and I'm like missing Howard Shore, Lord of the Rings.
Oh
Lord of
yeah.
the Rings is like for me a perfect film score. Like 10 out of 10, no notes, it's amazing. Um, and so in terms of I love classic rock, love classic rock, big fan of that. Really love a good songwriter too. So I do actually love like Ingrid Michaelson was like my high school like top artist. And
Yeah.
now I like really like Lizzie McAlpine or trying to think off the top of my head. I'm so bad with names. Sorry, that's something about me. I'm like I can hear the music in my head, but I'm like, what's your name? What's your artist? Because I'm like listening more onto the music and that kind of
Yeah.
thing. So let's just say songwriters as a genre. Uh, I also really love like folk, like interesting music. So like Bulgarian folk choir. I love listening to that.
Ooh.
Like that
Okay.
stuff like gets my gears going. I don't
Interesting.
know. Makes me want to go to war.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a song called Kaval Sfiri and it's so freaking cool. It's a great song. I highly recommend listening to that. It's a Bulgarian folk choir song. Um yeah, so again, but also I'll listen to like musical theater. Like I love like
Yeah.
the Hamilton soundtrack or Wicked or like,
Hell yeah.
so I just bop
You're all over.
around, you know what I mean?
I love it.
I'll basically listen to anything. And I can usually find something I like about every
Okay.
genre, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Fair
Rap
enough.
included, like anything
Mhm.
like that, EDM, like that kind of stuff. So, and I love creating playlists also while I'm uh for a book. So like I have a Will
Ooh.
of the Many playlist where I'm like drawing specific things from songs that I'm like, oh, I like this.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to copy it, but I just like the quality of this and like I wonder if I can like capture that but also combine it with like this thing to like create something new and something different. There's like a quote where it's like great artists it's like no, it's good artists imitate, great artists steal. Like, like that's like the quote. It's like very similar to that, but basically like saying like don't just try to like imitate, like, really listen to the music you're listening to and
Yeah.
like question why does it sound that way and like what is it about it that like you like. And that's why I really like to pick apart music that way. It makes it hard
Yeah.
to just like relax. I don't actually listen to music a ton of time because I can't really relax when I listen to music.
That
I'm
makes
always like
sense.
analyzing it.
That is
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
But there's like I'll listen to like Chaperone or something like that
Mm.
also to just like have like a good fun time, and that is more relaxing for me. So like straight pop music, I find
Yes.
I don't need to analyze it too much.
No.
So like yeah, so yeah.
Just dance around. I love it. That's
Mhm.
great.
Mhm.
Nice.
Okay. Now we got the bigger ones.
All right.
Okay. I'm ready.
Is there a question that you wish we had asked you?
Oh, no.
Okay. Then we're great journalists. I always say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Consider it asked.
Yeah. I like always I never come in with any expectations to these things. So I'm always just like, I'm here for the vibes.
I love
Ask me whatever
it.
you want. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, do you have questions for us?
Ooh. What's your favorite Red Rising book? I know that's kind of a loaded question, but like,
Yeah.
what of the series has been your favorite? I assume you also have read like all the way through, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, don't spoil
Like
if you. It's one of the
we
last.
will
Yeah, it's one of
not.
the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
will
like
tell
just
you
Yeah, no
it's
plot points, no nothing.
yes,
no nothing.
just yeah.
I will tell you it's Lightbringer.
Okay.
Yeah, mine too.
But then to talk about it up to Lightbringer was Golden Sun.
Okay. Okay.
Because I just
So the
like that.
fabulous for you
Yeah, because it's like that found family. It's kind of which Red Rising is a bit, but like Golden Sun at least amps that up, and you kind of get more and more. And also, the world's so much bigger. Like, you're no longer just on Mars. You're not just in the Institute, but it's like, hey, here's the whole solar system in a way.
Yeah. So, I know. I love that it's based in our solar system too, because it's like it gives you like, it doesn't feel like our world per se, but like it gives you that like, oh, like this could be real in the future kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Like it's like, I don't know, it's like grounded in a sense because of that. And I really like he made that choice. Yeah. I find it very cool.
Yeah.
I think. So both Lightbringer, correct? Right?
Yeah, mine went
Gauge, right?
Yeah, mine went from favorite being Golden Sun to Dark Age, then to Lightbringer.
Okay.
So
I'm fine. I feel like Iron Gold, I can tell, is kind of a filler. Like, I like it and I'm enjoying it, but I can tell it's like setting up a lot.
Absolutely.
I'm only 50% of the way through.
100%.
So I know, I'm sure it's probably going to start picking up and it already is kind of amping up a little bit. But like, I'm like, we have all these new characters being introduced that I'm like, okay, I struggled with that at first, but now I'm like, okay, no, I see like things are, I'm sure this is all going to cross over and do stuff. I'm just like, I think I was so used to it because it's mostly, it's Darrow's point of view, the whole
it's all Darrow for the first 3. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was like, am I wrong in that?
Yeah. A lot of people on their like rereads will say that Iron Gold is like starts spiking closer to the top of their favorite, but I think it's almost jarring that first read through, and like I don't know where you are, so I won't say too much, but the fact that suddenly there's 4 POVs, in my opinion, I didn't like them immediately because 3 of them didn't like Darrow, that I was like, don't come after my boy.
I'm like, you talking shit on my boy? Yeah.
Right? So, we're being caught up of 10 years of like what's happened, and especially after Morningstar that did end. Like, it could have been its own ending. It was supposed to be its own ending, and then he got it extended. So it's one of those like So I feel like Iron Gold, that first read through is often jarring, but a lot of people, I know for sure Jeremy of Hail Reaper says it's his favorite book of all time, but it was on the rereads. It's like I can
he was
like respect this more. Yeah.
I now that I'm more into it, I'm like enjoying it a lot. Yeah. I think the first, like, getting into it, exactly what you said, just like getting into it, I was like, oh, okay, what? And like having to like start caring about other characters, and like especially Lyria. I mean, Lyria was like, oh, that was like devastating. Yeah. That was horrible. Like, as a mom, especially, like those were really tough reads for me. I was like, but like, and then there's just like, there's a few like the Ephraim.
Yeah, Ephraim.
Is that how we say it? Ephraim. Okay. When we found out though, that was like, I didn't put 2 and 2 together with the that was, I was like, oh, and now I'm like, and I'm like, now I care about you. See, okay, we're good now, and now I think I'm very much in it. Like, I mean, I'm 50%, I would say. Like, oh, my Kindle says like 49, 50% or something like that. Okay. So, we're getting going. We're getting good. I'm really excited to like get through these last 3 though, because like I want to understand all, like, I'm trying to like avoid spoilers also at all times, because like
so hard. I especially if you're following all the artists, like they're like, let me just drop.
Like, and I get it, and I still will like it. I'm like, at this point, it's been out long enough that I don't blame anybody, because it's my own, you know what I mean. And I'm just on Red Rising, like, it's in my feed now, so like I don't know if my feed can tell how far I am along, so I just am always cautious when I see things. I'm always like, do I know what this means, so
I'm trying to think. I feel like people are usually pretty respectful of like major scenes. I don't think there is. Crescent and I can discuss this after, or people can correct us. I don't think there's any real major scenes that people have created of art that is of the later ones, like of a Dark Age and Lightbringer for sure. The ongoing joke is that everyone does the gala in Golden Sun, and then there's obviously characters.
It's so good though. I get it. Yeah.
Like you'd
Mm-hmm.
come across all the characters and you might not know who
Yeah.
somebody is because it's
Like
like,
Redhead Murphy
oh,
does the pencil drawings of all the characters.
yeah.
She's so talented. Oh my gosh.
You can
Um.
you can see behind me. There's
Oh, all the
all
PB
of them.
Oh.
Doodles. That's all the PB
Oh
Doodles.
my
All the
gosh.
PB Doodles ones.
Yes. I love that. Yeah. I feel like I follow so many. I'm like always. Ugh, they're so good. I totally agree with you though, because like I don't think I, like, knock on wood, have
Yeah.
not been spoiled anything yet, as far as I
That's
can
good.
tell. You know what I mean? So I've been pretty safe.
Well, the fact that you genuinely thought Severo was dead, because I always worry about that everyone talks
Yeah.
about how Severo is in later books, and I'm like, we're kind of ruining thing. Like, someone could come in and everyone's like, why are you
Yeah.
still
Mhm.
obsessed with Severo? Clearly he didn't die. Like,
See, I
there's
and
ones
that
like
thought. So
that
that's
you're like,
what crossed my mind while I was reading it, because I was like, I feel like I've seen fan art, but I've also seen fan art that's been like fake. Like it's just been like
oh,
people
yeah.
drawing it like I wish this would have
Mhm.
happened. So
Mhm.
like
That's true.
I never trust it that way. You know what I mean? So I was like, I really was like, oh no, like this could be legit right now. I was like, no way did he just die. I was like,
I know.
because they had just gotten married too, and I was like, what the heck,
Yeah.
Mhm.
man? Like, ugh,
I know.
ugh, so good though.
Yep.
That first
Incredible.
trilogy is insane.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
always,
I managed to read through it in 4 days.
yeah.
Wow,
Just
that's impressive.
sure.
Like that. Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
I did fly through the first three. I like because
Mhm.
like I was really into them. Like I
Yeah.
definitely have a higher reading pace when I just stay up. Like it keeps me awake. Usually reading puts me to sleep, even when books are good. But like when books are really good, then I can't go to sleep because like you said you're up till 2 a.m. Like I've been in that situation where I'm like
Yeah.
I definitely should be asleep right now, but I have
Mhm.
to know what
Yeah, but
happens.
I
You know.
can't.
Yeah.
But I can't do it. Yeah, yeah. So that happened
Definitely.
several times
Mhm.
while reading Red
Yeah.
Rising for sure.
Yeah, the first two, well, only the first two are out when I read it. I read it the day Golden Sun came out, was when it came out on my radar.
Oh, okay.
So
Mhm.
I read Red Rising, I think, in 2 days. And then I worked in a bookstore at the time. So I went into work and was
Oh,
like, get me the
fun.
next one. And then I had to wait the year. But then it was interesting if I finished Morningstar and that was supposed to be it. Morningstar, he was doing
Right.
his like signings and everything. And it was halfway
Yeah.
through his signings. It was the day before I saw him in Toronto. They were in New York City and announced, no, there will be a second trilogy at the time. So it was interesting if we
That's
finished
yeah.
Morningstar and we're like, oh, it's done. Like, that was so cute. That was so great. Like, I love it. And then, like, we're going
Yeah.
in. It was like the
And
next day. We're seeing him in Toronto. We're like, so there's more? Like, what? Like, what are you doing to us?
yeah, he knows what he's doing to us.
Oh, yeah. He loves it
Well,
too.
yeah,
He lives off
I
our
know he loves it.
strife.
No, he like feeds off this for sure. Absolutely. But like, wait, was it? He's got the Hat of Death, right?
He's
I've
got the
seen like
hat.
videos of like the
Yep.
Hat of Death. Was it Pax
Pax
who
is
was
the
the one who
first.
was
Yeah.
right? And I feel like I had seen that because like he he was like had this more of a plot for Pax, and then he picked him in the
Yeah.
Hat of Death, and he was like, well, like,
Yeah.
Guess
that's
not.
psychotic. That is psychotic of
Yeah.
you to do that. Like, what? Crazy.
Yeah.
But like, got me. You got me
But
with
I think
that
it's a
one.
great and I won't he definitely uses it in Iron Golden Dark Age.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Scared.
But it's a iconic use of it because it's in war, right? And that's it. Is Pax
Mm-hmm.
got taken out for the sole purpose of like somebody in this room has to die.
Yeah.
Who's it going
And
to be? And it
sometimes,
takes that randomness, and that's what war is. That's
yeah.
what battle is. Is it
Oh,
doesn't make logical sense who's going
yeah.
to get taken out.
Hmm.
Um,
It's like D&D. Like,
yeah,
I
Oh yeah.
swear, dice know what the plot is supposed to be. Like,
The dice
I
tell a
was
story.
literally they know the story. They know the story ahead of time, and they're like, "Oh, you think? No." You
yeah,
know what I mean? So, yeah. Really, I in my one of my campaigns I just was in a situation where like where it was really tragic for my character, but everyone at the table was like storytelling. Like because it was like
yeah,
such good storytelling, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, this is fair, I guess, you know. But
yeah.
it's the
No,
same
it's
concept,
crazy.
I feel like. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have to think of the ones he
100%.
killed on purpose, like Ragnar, where he just went, "Oh, you're
Mm-hmm.
actually
Yeah,
dying.
he was like, actually, yeah, and you're like,
Actually, you are dead."
That was sad too. I
It's
didn't
so
like that at
sad.
all. I mean, I don't like when any of the characters died. Even when Roke died, like, yeah, he was kind of an asshole. But, like, that was like also very sad. Like, it was like, oh,
Yeah,
oh.
there's a lot of debate about we're gonna get hate for what we said about him podcasting. There's a lot of people who love Roke and it's like their favorite. He's their favorite
Yeah.
character and deep thoughts about like
Mhm.
if Darrow
Mm-hmm.
had have just been a better friend, would we still have Roke today? Right? Like,
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's why I love these like the like how he wrote these characters because they all are so like three-dimensional and
yeah,
like there's like all of these like they feel so real to you, you know what I mean? Like it's like these are the choices that we would make as human beings, you know what I mean? Where
absolutely.
sometimes I read books and I'm like, okay, this is a character making a choice, you know what I mean? Like it's like a different feeling, if that makes sense, that I really it makes it the world just so much more vivid and real and emotional because of
Yeah.
that, you know. And then what's the oh gosh, what's his name? They just rescued his brother from the crab
Oh,
prison.
Tactus.
The
I was
Cactus,
about to
yeah.
ask
yeah,
of like, have you met Apollonius? I was
yeah,
about to
yeah.
ask.
Just met him.
Quite the
Interesting. We're gonna
intro.
see that. Yeah, quite the intro for sure. Like Tactus as a character too, like
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
betrayed them, but like then like his death was like also really sad. You know what I mean? Like just like what
Yeah.
like you're just like I don't even know how to feel because like I'm like both like he deserved this but also sad. Like it's yeah.
Yep.
So
A lot of emotions.
hmm
Yep.
hmm for
I,
sure.
if you're saying you just met Apollonius, do you know he plays violin? I feel like that's really minor.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was
I
playing
just feel
it.
like
He
he
was
would
playing it
be
Yeah,
live.
like
that's
a
the first
great for a
intro.
musician. Is
hmm
that the first?
hmm
Okay. Yeah.
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 He's
Oh,
like
isn't he?
playing it as
And
they
there's
come into
two
his
passed out
room.
He's
pinks.
is he naked? Yeah,
Yes.
I was gonna say, why in
Yeah,
my mind is he naked? Yeah.
He's
Okay.
naked. No,
because
but
it's
naked. Yeah.
Apollonius.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. hmm
Yeah. I love.
Hilarious. Yeah. I can already tell he's gonna be Trip for sure. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Keep us posted on your
Okay. We'll
journey,
do.
Hmm.
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
we'll tease that at so that this is the hilarious thing is this artist series that we're doing. We were like, okay, it'll be like 6 weeks. Like we had 4 cosplayers lined up and
Oh,
6 artists. We are now at 3 months. We're
Three,
going
4 months,
into
maybe.
4 months. We just
wow.
keep, and that's because I mean, part of it is we've gone, oh, well, a musician is an artist, uh,
Yeah.
and like, we just had last
Yeah, we
week
just
La
did
Rosa's La Rosa Studio who does stained
stained glass.
glass, which is
Oh, very
incredible.
cool. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I see you're
Stained
wearing
glass is my
the
favorite.
"Live for More."
yeah, by
Hmm.
Lahai. Yeah,
Look,
Yeah,
yeah.
Lehigh. Yeah, yeah. She's my friend Liz. Hi,
yeah.
Liz. Shout out Liz.
She should be
Lehigh Stained
coming on. I
Glass.
keep
She's
sending her
incredible.
messages. I'm gonna put her on blast. Of
Oh,
like,
really? Oh,
Liz,
okay. Yeah.
you
Um,
agreed. Just set the
If
and like
she
this
date.
is
if
what
she's your friend,
didn't we
tell us
just have?
to tell her to
Yes.
message us back.
So,
Oh, okay, got you.
she was so good about going
Lit
back and forth. I feel like she's just busy.
Oh yeah,
Not to fully
no,
put her
it's
She's
on
definitely
blast,
busy
but
for sure.
for
yeah,
sure.
Like Queen is running like her. She's like she sells out in like 4 seconds. Like
yeah,
I try to buy her
she's
pieces,
incredible.
Damn.
no chance. Like it's crazy. I'm like I know people have bots or something lined up to buy these things at this point because I'm like I cannot get my hands on any of
Yeah,
them. It's crazy. Which I'm so
Good
happy.
for her.
I'm so happy for her because she's such a talented
so
artist.
good.
So
Hmm.
Yeah,
but and then this is like what lit escalates. Didn't you guys
lit
just have that
Yep.
escalates.
too?
We just
Right? Yeah.
had
We
Carl
just had
who runs
Carl.
the
Yeah.
shit
Yeah.
escalates. We're gonna have Emily at some point because
Okay.
we're moderators actually for the Patreon. Like so, sometimes if people
Oh,
swoop in because they're being inappropriate, it's actually us. We pretend to be
that's
Carl all the
cute.
time. We're
Super.
trying to get Joel, but Joel is the busiest person who's ever existed. So he's for
Mm,
years
mhm.
promised to come on, and we just need to be like, Joel, just set a date, and it doesn't matter where we are in like
Yeah,
We
the
we'll
will
make it
make it
recording
work.
work.
schedule. Like we'll
Yeah,
just do
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so we're working through that, but then the series that's going to come after this, we think in March, depending on how many artists keep coming out of the
Right.
is going
Yeah.
to be actually we're going to reread the series and work through it based on deaths in the order that they happen.
Hmm.
That's cool. I hope I'm done by then so I can tune into that because I would love to listen to
Yeah.
that for sure. That
Yeah,
sounds so
it will
cool.
be full
Yeah.
spoilers, so like I mean it's gonna be
Oh
hard.
my God, yeah, yeah, for
First out of
sure.
the
Yeah.
gate is EO. Like cause we're doing them in order. We gotta
Hmm.
first out of the gate be like, what's her
Well,
impact on the series? I wonder. I wonder what
hilarious. Yeah.
EO's. But it'll be
No, the
interesting of getting in.
fact that's how the series starts was insane to me. I was like, but like also like I mean it's not that insane, but like I was still like devastated. I just didn't. I don't know why I didn't
Mm,
expect it, but I didn't. I was like, "What the hell, man? Why'd
I
you make me like
know.
her like that?" You know?
I
Yeah.
know.
We
Yeah.
were we were
Ugh.
on we were on a video chat immediately after having interviewed Pierce, and my partner comes running down the stairs, bawling.
Bawling. Yeah, my so Lindsay, who I was telling you about, she's my business partner, is just starting Red Rising now, and she was like, "Taylor, what the hell, man? Why'd you tell me like she's like, why is this?" She was like, "But it's I don't know. It's also been so good to like read." She's like, "It's been such a great book to read and like." The times we're living in, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it's and like it's yeah. So it's been really inspiring in that sense of like, rebellion and standing up
Yeah.
for what's right and all of that. And so like we're both like really happy to be in this world right now, even though it's like painful and a lot, but like it's like
Yeah.
just shows perseverance of the human spirit and all of that. So it's been very cool
Absolutely.
to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Science fiction is often hard to read in times like this of because science fiction is a warning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy is what you
Mm-hmm.
wish things would be, and science fiction is a
Mm-hmm.
warning. And so it's often hard. But I feel
Mm-hmm.
like, especially Red Rising, even when you get into the later ones,
Yeah.
it is that like, but things can change at the end of it,
Yeah.
right? Like, yeah, you're
That's
going
all
through
what
this
they
shit.
so
We're so
firmly
much,
believe in.
yeah,
Yeah. I think that's what's actually keeps the books hopeful in a sense, even when things get really
yeah,
dark. It's like they still believe that things can be better and they keep fighting. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's really hard.
Absolutely.
But kudos to
Mm-hmm.
Pierce for writing that, but also like
Yeah.
not to get too political, but I will.
Yes.
Obviously, we all
Mm-hmm.
share. Crescent's wearing the Minnesota Vikings sweater there. I'm not gonna lie, it
Yeah.
took me a while
Yeah.
to be like, Crescent, why are you in? And it was like, because I went the Vikings, then I like halfway through recording went, oh, Minnesota, because I don't know NFL.
I also just wear this sweater all the time,
You
but
do.
yeah.
That I was like, that's a choice, but then I was like, that is a choice. Um,
Hmm.
but it is like it's very interesting to see right now on Instagram, kind of the most of the howlers who have platforms kind of coming out and at least saying of like, hey,
Yeah.
you're
Mm-hmm.
reading this is what's
Hmm.
Like
happening. So kudos to
like
everyone
if
who's
yeah,
using that.
100%. I like it's been heartwarming in a very heartbreaking
Mm-hmm.
time to see so many people being like in solidarity with everything and
Yeah.
like because there's been so much division and like from what I've seen at least is like it just feels like everyone collectively is like, hey, what the fuck, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like, and we're all
Hmm.
like, let's do something about this. And I feel like it hasn't felt that way for a while, and so that has been uplifting in that sense, I
Yeah.
think, with everything. And I'm sad it had to come to this, unfortunately.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sad extreme.
But I'm glad to see some unity for
Yeah.
once.
And we have like
So
it's hard for us as well as Canadians that we kind of sit there and we
mhm.
don't know what our role is this. So I will send
I
out
know, yeah.
messages to people of like your
Hmm.
emotional support Canadian here. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I
Hmm.
Um,
know, yeah.
so like I hope that people are finding their voice and their way in this dark times.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's so hard. But it hopefully will get better. I mean, history has
Yeah,
taught us that this shitty. I mean, yes, it is World War II. It is all of
hmm
that gets us
hmm
through. But there's always another side that, like,
I agree. Like I do. I'm in the right now. I'm in the camp that we can stop this from getting to that point
Yeah,
if we all just wake
absolutely.
up.
Yep.
With that, and that's where I'm going to continue to hope for, and just keep speaking out and doing the best I can and
Yeah,
keep creating art because art is a form of rebellion and art
absolutely.
is art. We need art more than ever at this time at times like these is,
Yeah.
you know, so I will keep creating art for rebellion stories, I
Yes,
guess. You know, so
absolutely.
let's do it,
Hey,
you know?
especially
Yeah.
Reaper of Mars, but some of your other ones as well are very epic.
Mhm.
Very could be the backstory
Absolutely.
to a rebellion. You know,
Oh
sets
yeah.
a
Oh,
good
for
tone.
sure. Throne of Glass is another big like rebellion type
Yeah,
situation. So those are good one if you
absolutely.
need a soundtrack to your own rebellion for sure.
Put it on. Yep,
Yeah.
I love it. It's funny if I was thinking when we were talking music of how much EO I can see listening to like Dropkick Murphys who have come out this week, which they're
Yes,
always, I
yes.
mean, all punk is inherently
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
political, but Dropkick
Oh,
Murphys
100%.
especially, I'm like, EO would fucking love Dropkick Murphys of like
Hell
that
yeah,
like
bro.
Irish
Yeah.
twist on a
The
punk and
Irish,
then
yeah.
like
Mhm.
let's take down the
Mhm.
government, like all of that. Like
Yeah,
it's
absolutely,
so true.
100%. Love that.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
It is
Yeah,
funny though. If I
agreed.
always also saw, I forget his name, the front man of Dropkick Murphys was out this week in
Oh,
Boston, and like so they're
mhm.
interviewing him because he's here and he's talking out and everything.
Yeah.
But like part of me is like, oh no, the punk bands of my youth are so old, right? Like I'm
Oh,
like,
I
oh yeah, I forgot you're
know.
like a middle aged dad, right?
I
Like I'm like
know.
not even
It's
middle aged, you're
crazy.
like a
Like,
60
I
year
feel like,
old dad. Like,
yeah, like, I feel like it's crazy to see certain people who, when you were younger, were like young, and now you're like, oh, because like now it's like you're like relating yourself to them, and so you're like, oh
yeah,
no, I'm old.
I
Huh.
know.
Okay. Great. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, we're
fine.
all in our existential crisis era, I guess, you know, but
I know. It's pretty funny. Yeah, it was just funny if he was being interviewed and I was like, yeah, Dropkick Murphys. And I was like, oh, you're like old. Like, I wouldn't
yeah.
look at you and be like, yeah, you're in a punk band. Like, this is something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Still kicking though, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Love it.
You,
Love it.
but yeah, EO would be all over them. I can see it now.
For sure.
Yep.
100%. Yeah.
Yep. I love it. Well, I think that's it. I think we've asked you all
Okay.
the questions. This has been a delightful experience. You can come
Oh,
back
good.
Yeah, absolutely
whenever.
fantastic.
Oh my
Come
gosh,
back
thanks
whenever.
guys. I'm so
Come just
honored. And now I'm part of the Discord. I'll be
yeah.
here and around.
Be
So, you know,
lurking.
as I'm going through the books too, maybe I can pop in and be like, "Hey, I'm here." You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So,
There is
Hmm.
yeah.
read along channels that are
Yeah.
very good. They're spoiler free until
Yeah.
there's one called like I finished the saga. And that's the
Oh,
only
great.
one
Yes.
like but up until
Cool.
that everything is covered.
Like
Everyone is
divided into
very
yeah.
good. Yep.
Mhm.
That you can be like you have to put like chapter 5 and then we'll teach you how to do like if you don't know how to do the black box usually is what
Oh,
we call it
yes.
and then
The
like the
spoil
whole chat is
bars,
the
yeah.
spoiler box that you're like oh click through
Love.
all the things so
But yes.
do
Yeah.
look
Love
forward
that. That's
to
a
it
great idea, honestly. Yeah,
yeah
absolutely.
but yeah and then update us but yeah you're welcome back pick your favorite death if you want you can come discuss your favorite
Or your
Oh,
least
yeah.
death
favorite if you
or your
wanna
least
get real
We all
favorite
want
spicy
to
on an
be
episode.
sad and cry about it. Okay, got it.
yeah
Yeah, for
yeah
sure. All
Mhm.
right. Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, Patreon, for supporting us. As always, you can. Oh, I was about to say it, but you can say it yourself. Where can people find you? Where can they
Oh yeah.
support you?
So I'm on all streaming platforms as Taylor Ash. Or you can find me at Taylor Ash Music on pretty much all social platforms. I share my like updates on my music, all that kind of stuff on there. And if you want to contact me for a commission, you can go to www.fromashstudios.com, and that's where you can contact me
Amazing.
if you want to work together. Yeah. So
Very cool. I will put all that
Awesome.
information in the description below so that people can find you. Because, yeah, it's so good. I was even like playing it for my dad. I was like, listen, this is who we're
oh,
recording
great.
with tonight. And he's like, okay.
Oh.
He loves it. So, yeah, share it far and
Thanks.
wide,
Appreciate
but
it.
incredible. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining us and your
Yeah,
incredible
thank you
work.
very much.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for having me. It was such a pleasure to chat and get to talk Red Rising. So
Yeah.
I'm
We're always
happy
here
to come
for
back
it.
It's our
whenever.
favorite
Yeah,
thing.
for sure. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, have a good night. Stay safe wherever you are. And yeah,
Take care of each other and yourselves.
absolutely.